Hi guys, this is Nicola. I am recording this video today to update you guys about what's been going on the last 5 weeks of this contest prep. Pretty much I backed out of the prep to focus on something else, which is fixing my metabolism. Basically, I caused some metabolic damage to myself from last year's prep. If you don't know what metabolic damage is, I highly recommend Googling it and figuring it out. But pretty much without getting into the science of things, metabolic damage occurs when you're on a starvation diet and your activity levels are extremely high. This kind of mimics an eating disorder, actually, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty. I'm not saying I had an eating disorder, because I don't. I don't purge, I don't binge, or anything like that. But in sense, starving yourself and extreme activity levels in the gym, that is a dysmorphic issue that some people deal with on a daily basis, not just during a contest prep. So in my off season, I couldn't figure out why I couldn't lose the fluff. I mean, I was gaining muscle. I did. I put on a decent amount of muscle, but the fluffy layer on top just wouldn't go away, regardless of me counting my carbs, me making sure I'm consuming calories in a deficit, still doing an hour of cardio in the morning, 6 days a week. With all of that being done, I was still continuously adding fat as I was adding muscle. And my fat consumption was pretty low too. I mean, of course, I had the peanut butter, throughout the day. I'm not going to say I monitored that because that would be a lie. Anyway, but for the most part, I wasn't gorging myself. I wasn't binging. I set up a weekly cheat meal for me, which was usually after leg day every week, at the Pancake House, the original Pancake House. Excuse me. And then come this year, I started dieting about 5 weeks ago. Increased the cardio, and I still wasn't dropping. There was actually a week where I put on a pound or two or whatever it was, and I just couldn't figure it out. And that's when my researching began. I just started digging into things and looking up what exactly happens to a body after someone does, figure competitions or any type of competition. And everything just kept pointing to metabolic damage, metabolic damage, metabolic damage. And then I came across Dr. Layne Norton's YouTube video that discussed metabolic damage, and he listed every symptom that I was experiencing. And I was just like, well, there we go. That's what I have. I screwed up my own metabolism. So my main focus now is to fix my metabolism by slowly increasing my carbs weekly, as I am weekly tapering down on the steady state cardio as well. If you did everything at once, if you just jumped up to your maintenance carbohydrate intake, as well as come down on your cardio all at the same time, the body can perceive this as a little bit of stress, and then at that point you might put on a little bit too much weight. So you want to take things slowly. So the past 2 weeks I've been doing that. I've been working on what's called a reverse diet. Luckily, I'm not starting at a point after just coming out of a show. I was cycling 100 grams on my high day with 2 low days that followed, which were 50 grams. So I'm slowly increasing that. I came down tremendously on the protein because my protein was really high. So I did that, which allowed, of course, for more carbs to be added because, 1 gram of protein is 4 calories, 1 gram of carbs is 4 calories. So that is working out to my benefit, and I am happy to say that over the last 2 weeks, as I've been slowly increasing the carbs and slowly decreasing the steady state cardio, I have not added any weight. I've actually come down a pound. This morning when I weighed in, I was down a pound. You are supposed to weigh in every morning while you are reverse dieting to ensure that, to monitor the sensitivity of your body of the increase of calories and the decrease of cardio. And if you're gaining too quickly, you just come down a little bit and work from there. So that's pretty much it. I will be blogging about it more in depth, in a written format as opposed to my video blog. So that's pretty much what I'm going to do. I still do have hopes of competing at nationals this year, but if not, I'm not going to fret because my health is number one, is more important than any trophy, is more important than any pro card. And that doesn't mean my competing career is over, because it's not. I still do plan on going for my pro card. If my metabolism allows for me to get to a point where I can maintain a high carb and moderate fat diet before it's time to start cutting for nationals, then I'm going to start cutting for nationals. That's in November. But if not, if I feel like my body's not at a point where I can start decreasing calories or decreasing carbs or increasing cardio or anything like that, then I'm not going to do it. There's always next year. There's always shows all year round. There's always national level shows all year round. And if I have to do another national qualifier next year, then so be it. But contest prep has shifted to metabolic rehab. I also want to say thank you to the people who helped me come to these new nutritional and activity level guidelines. I want to say thanks to Chris Warnes. His Instagram is @CWFit. He's awesome. I also had help from Matt Ogus and Chris Lovato from Legends of Aesthetics. All three of these gentlemen, they just helped when I was, I was pretty much desperate for any type of knowledge to absorb on how I can fix this and reverse this metabolic damage. So thank you guys, and and Matt Ogus on Instagram is @FlexForAll, and Chris Lovato is @YuckyLovato on Instagram. Thanks, guys. I can never thank you guys enough. All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Bye.